welcome to MGP646. I'm Kevin. With me as ever, the Sheepdog, Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
That was a very big pause.
No one else heard a pause.
No.
There was no pause.
Oh, to me, it was completely quiet. We all said clap and it just went silent.
Yeah, but the listeners don't
Ages.
hear us say clap, so they don't know what you're talking about.
But
I
to
couldn't
me-
find where I typed the episode number on an empty tab and then went and did something else and couldn't remember the episode number. So I had to look up the episode number again so that I could do the intro. That's why there was a slightly longer than normal pause that would have gone entirely unnoticed if I hadn't have been outed.
I had to say, I didn't know what was
I don't
happening.
know if you did.
I assumed you
thought
shouted
it was
so loud you broke the
broken.
mic again. That's what normally
Yeah.
happens.
I don't ever shout and I've never broken a microphone. How dare you both?
You break the audio.
Nonsense. Tell you what was broken. The podcast last week. Sheepdog decided not to turn up and took the internet with him, so we weren't able to do a show at all. I actually had something happen to me during my stream last night that has never happened before. Someone came in and said, "Where was the podcast this week?" I found him. I found the listener.
Yeah.
He was so miffed that there was no podcast. He came in my stream to ask about it. I assumed that nobody at all listened, and this was just something we do to humour Sheepdog. But apparently there is at least one listener out there. So
There's at least, I reckon, 4, because I've had...
yeah, but they've only ever contacted you, supposedly. I've just kind of been working on the assumption you were making it up, and it was just a way for you to get to chat to the cool guys once a week. I thought this was like community service.
And he gets to go to MegaCon or whatever he goes to, MCM.
Who's at MegaCon?
I was watching, there was some bad lads at MegaCon this week
Calling me a bad lad.
See.
who were not very nice to cosplayers.
I'm
Bad lad.
interested that at some point in our history we decided we were MCM people, because we've been going there for like 15 years, and I don't know about any of the rest of you. I've never been to MegaCon, not
It's been going for
deliberately.
5 years.
Well, I've never been to the other London Comic Con either. London Film and Comic Con, never been to. It's not even been a conscious thing. We're just MCM loyalists, and I don't really know why.
I mean, I tend to go to one until I'm banned from it. I used to go to another
Which is also
convention.
fascinating. How have you not been banned in 15 years from MCM? Some of the things you've done in that hall, my word.
I mean,
Why are you
usually,
banned?
last time it was because I was just really, really argumentative with the person who ran them. So I haven't done that with MCM yet. I haven't had the opportunity.
Really?
I
You were
imagine-
banned?
From the Buffy ones, yeah. Mainly
no.
because the guy that ran it was an idiot, and he found out that some people who were helping out at his shows for free also helped out at rival shows for free and banned them from coming. So I was like, that's out of order.
mean.
Like, if you're banning them,
Yeah.
you can ban me and all. And I tried to like whip up a bit of a group, and only like 2 people joined me. Everyone else was like, I've already paid this man 300 quid for a convention. I'm not boycotting him.
300 quid.
Plus,
So-
you were going to those conventions just to
Wow.
find a woman, you pervert. You were there as a
True, I'd
predator.
already got Claire by then, you're right. But when the guy kind of tried to talk to me about it, I think probably to give me an out, I just decided, no, do you know what? I'm going to tell him how much everyone who's ever used this site doesn't like him and give him all the examples of how people rip into him. And I absolutely tore him. And then I got an email saying I'd been banned until 2058 or something. So only another 25 or so years. I can't do
Would
maths.
you really pay £300 to go to Buffy?
It wasn't like Comic-Con in that you kind of pay to go in and then you pay while you're there. It was like you pay, I don't know, I think because he'd pay like 150 quid and then you'd meet like all the people that were there and you'd get like a book for them to sign. So you were basically paying for a guaranteed like 20 autographs and
What,
some-
Buffy people?
Yeah, and well, other shows as well, because it wasn't always Buffy,
Okay.
but some people had already booked up like 2 or 3 shows, or them and their partner were going, whatever it was. So that's why they had 300. I usually just pay like 120 quid and then get drunk at a hotel for 3 days and meet some famous people. And once I figured out all the
worryingly,
hacks,
I've
it was
now
good.
put Sheepdog in touch with the organisers of MCM because I can't go to the next one. So he now has a direct line to the organisers of this event. So I guess this is his moment to get himself banned from this
Well,
one.
they did say they'd run out of space. They weren't booking a neurodiversity panel, so maybe I'll have to reply to that with just
Yeah, tell him how you feel about that.
massive. I don't know enough about him.
First time in 10+ years that there's not been a neurodiversity panel at Comic-Con this May.
The other guy was like a horrid, like the one who I had the argument with was horrid. Like he was just like some, I don't know, nepo baby who spent his money on conventions, but he used to lie all the time. Like he would just announce he had someone attending, and then 2 days before would just say, "Oh, they pulled out," and he did that every time. It was ridiculous. But because there was other people there, and I wanted to just hang out with my mates and get drunk in a hotel for a weekend, I'd still go along. But yeah, not going to name the company, but it's not hard to find who does Buffy conventions in the UK.
Surely nobody now. It's 2026.
No, they still do. They were on. I saw someone criticizing them
Wow.
on TikTok the other day because they had to start back out of their show at the last minute. They were doing Doctor Who ones, and they had one of the main Doctor Who's just like not come, despite having him on all of the posters and everything. So it was like, all right, they're still doing that old trick after 20 years. Good to see. But anyway,
Absolute madness. Well, in other exciting news, I have proceeded with the planning for our very exciting Florida trip. You'll be delighted to know that I am now going to be chauffeuring Anna and Pab around the United States of America. We have a
Lord.
car, and we have our Universal tickets booked, so we're going to be able to do all of the things. Both Pab and Anna have been very resistant to my ChatGPT generated detailed itinerary for the 2-week trip,
Listen,
which I'm going to continue pushing on them.
No, it's fine, right? It's nice to have an itinerary, a rough idea. I maintain the fact the second we get there, it'll go out the window.
Sheepdog, talking through all our best thing from trips and the itineraries.
yeah, no, he's not bad at planning. Although I don't think he was using chat before. It wasn't a thing.
ChatGPT did it for him.
That's
It thought it had 2 Universal parks.
I tell you what, watch
Really?
the Simpsons episode where they go to the World Fair and just prepare yourself for a bit of that, where it'll just be an abandoned wig outlet.
I'd quite
They
like
will-
an abandoned wig.
Just the only thing you should be planning is your bloody rides for when you're at the parks. They should all
Always
have been
not
I'm
planned
not
out by
interested
now.
in rides.
What the hell?
I'm not there for
What
rides.
Disney for?
I don't get it.
I'm not bothered about the rides. I could happily go as long as I go on Small World. I'm all right.
I was about to say, what about Small World? And
Yeah, I'll obviously go on that.
Well, book it now. It should be on your app.
Rihanna's-
You should be saying what day you're going to go on it, at what time.
Well, Pab won't let me do that because it says we're
What?
not allowed to
Can you
plan
do that?
days in advance.
And you're supposed to have done it by now, Pab.
What,
ain't
you
gonna
want to
get
book a
on,
ride?
You ain't going to get on the Avatar rides now. You're going in like
What are you talking
3
about?
weeks?
It's called just joining a queue. What are you talking about?
No, well, all right. You can join a queue for 3.5 hours, or you could have booked it a month ago and not
Why
queued
would I
at all.
book it a month ago? I don't know where I'm going to be in a month.
Well, I have
do,
sent you
you're
an
gonna be
itinerary, sir.
Oh my god!
Yes, but why would I? Why would I? Why
I
would
literally
I
gave you
decide?
like 2 pieces of advice the other
Also-
day or the other month when you first
Also,
talked
wasn't
about
it
this. and-
like you think of like you need to pay for these like booking points?
I don't think so.
You have to like book for these like fast pass things and all these. You have to pay for them,
Didn't
don't
Yeah,
you?
we've paid
Back in the
enough
day, it was just-
money.
You schedule the rides you want to go on their app.
There's
is probably
currently
a
a
conversation.
75-minute wait for the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train as of right now.
That's fine.
I'd wait 75 minutes for that, I think.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have to if you got the app open now and booked it.
I am
Well,
opening
yeah,
it.
yeah,
but
but
there's
open. It
nothing
doesn't
there.
make, there's no way to book rides on it.
They've had
The
to get rid of
thing
that
is,
then. I
right,
wonder.
things will change immediately. If we book to go on something and then suddenly we just don't fancy doing it that day, then what? It's like you got to do it regardless. You've booked it.
Oh, I can get directions to Pirates of the Caribbean from where I am now. Let me see. From home. That's not an option. I can only do it from other rides. I can tell you how to get from Sugarboo and Co. to Pirates of the Caribbean. What a useful app. You can be any height and any age. It runs from 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. and then has extended hours from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. What
does?
crazy place is this? Pirates of the Caribbean. You can ride it at Gone Midnight.
Really?
Who's in Disney World
Huh.
at Gone Midnight?
We will
Us.
be.
Us, yeah. We're getting on them rides when they're quiet.
Yeah, that
Goodness
sounds
me.
excellent. I would love to be there in the dark. because it'd be cool
Everyone's-
as well.
Okay, Pabby, I apologise. The old system used to be free and was called Fast Pass. so you
Huh.
just booked
Yeah,
it to
it's
go on.
not that anymore.
now
It's
it's paid.
expensive.
It's paid,
Outrageous.
yeah.
I apologise.
Don't think I don't
Um,
do my research.
No, yeah, I will eat poo on that and
Eat some poo then. Why can't I find Small World on this stupid map? There better be one. I'm not
There isn't
going.
one. There isn't one at Disney World. I didn't
yeah,
want to tell you that.
There it
when I
better
was
be.
there, I basically kicked every single animatronic over and just pulled it apart.
Why?
because it's a
That's
terrible ride.
silly.
It's an
I'm
awful
looking
ride.
for it. If
That's why you
if
got
it's
back.
not
I
there,
don't like
if
it.
it's
I
not
hate
there,
it.
I ain't going.
Oh, it's
Right.
just
Oh,
me
there
and
we
you then,
go.
Pab. Me
It's
and
in
you.
Magic
Yeah.
Kingdom Park in Fantasyland, apparently.
Yeah.
So we're all right. It's got a 35-minute wait currently, which is easy work. I can do that with my eyes shut. I will do it with my eyes shut. I'll nap.
Don't think I
I'll lie
queued
down
for
on the floor.
anything while I was there. We
How
literally,
many times? What did you say? How many minutes?
35. Is that right?
Mm.
I don't know.
Is that right?
It doesn't seem that long for some of the rides, the what we like. So
I mean, I guess
Yeah.
it is right now. It's the middle of the day there. I don't know how
Yeah.
time
Like
works.
nine
It's
o'clock, I
it's
think.
about it's like nearly lunchtime. No, it's gone
There
lunchtime.
you
Sorry,
go.
yeah.
So it's like peak time. The
2
queue's going to be
o'clock-ish.
longest now, aren't they? So
Yeah.
I imagine if we're in there at midnight, apparently, which I will not be because I'm a very sleepy man. I can't stay up till gone 10. Goodness me, what do you think
Yes,
this
we will.
is? Poof!
Fireworks. If you imagine what time the fireworks must start, and if we're going at that time.
What time are Magic Kingdom fireworks?
Should we talk about games at some point?
9:30 p.m. So the
not that
fireworks happen, and then the park carries on being open. This
They
is
should do- They
madness.
should do that at Paris because we have to wait till 11 o'clock at night. Is it 11 or 10? We have
You
sat
have to
there
wait
for
until it gets
hours.
dark. That's the
Yeah.
problem with
on
Paris.
hours.
They could do them at 4 o'clock, but it would be sunshine.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk more about that when we're not recording.
We'll see. We've got to get the content in now. Sheepdog's going to have 2 full weeks to talk about games without us when we're away. So I assume he's got guests lined up and everything. He's bringing AD
Keep
and
me
Angry
to
John
us.
back.
Keep me to ask when you're away to decide whether I want to do anything like that, to be honest. dates
We're
you're
away secret times. I don't want you burgling my house.
Mhm.
Just if we don't turn up one week, that's where we are. That's all you need to know, sunshine.
I mean, you could text me it.
We'll see.
Voice went a bit there. You could text me or something, couldn't you?
I'll see what I can do. I tell you what else I've done this week, as well as all of that behind the scenes shenanigans. I've played a game. Not just Pokopia and not just Football Manager. I played the Tomodachi Life Living the Dream demo.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be the second best game of the year. Nintendo Switch is on a roll. Obviously, it's not going to be as good as Pokopia, but this was absolutely fantastic. I made myself, gave him his little face and his little voice, and gave him his little house, and then I moved Anna in next door, and then I encouraged Kevin and Anna to fraternize, which they did. And then I said to Anna, I'm allowed a third person on the demo. You're only allowed 3 people on the demo. Who shall I add? She said, add Pab. So I added Pab as the third person. And then you and Anna went off and just fraternized the whole time. And Kevin was on his own, bless him. So I feel like it was simulating a little preview of what's going to happen when we're away.
No, I don't think so.
I do assume you're coming back as a throuple. You're going to go to Vegas and get married.
Yeah, we're sharing 2 plane seats and 1 hotel room. So, yeah, it's going to be fine. We can fit 3 of us on 2 seats.
I was going to say, what, are they
We
sitting on your lap? both
We
of them?
don't all need to sit down all the time. If
Yes,
we rotate
yes,
toilet
we
trips,
do.
nah.
I don't go.
we're
I've
fine.
never been to the toilet on a plane yet.
You've also
What?
never been on a plane for longer than 2 hours. I think you
No,
might go
that's-
to the
that's a
toilet on this
lie.
one.
Just don't flush it while you're sitting on it, Anna. Oh,
I'll be gone. I've seen Catch Me If You Can. He went through that toilet somehow.
What?
Have you not seen Catch Me If You
I don't.
Can?
I can't remember. Maybe.
Yeah, it disappeared.
I bought the Catch Me If You Can Lego set today. I can check
No,
the
you
toilet if you want.
didn't.
It was a Pan Am
Oh,
plane.
yes,
That's
you did, the
basically
plane.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to make myself a little Tom Hanks to chase it. waving his angry hand. Why, you little? It's going to be lovely. But yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I'm so excited to play the main thing. If you've never played Tomodachi Life, boys and girls,
Awful
it's
game,
basically
awful.
they're not awful. It was
It's
out on the three.
horrible.
It was like my favorite 3DS game. I loved it on that. But you just create your little characters and you can set them up so that they're like people you know from real life. Create them with their little personalities, and then you just basically chuck them into the world and leave them to it. And you just kind of get involved. Right, okay, I'm going to move you over here and make you interact with this person, or I'm going to give you this thing to interact with. But you basically just set them up, let them go on their merry way, and I just get to act as
It's
God.
their voices, though.
The voices are brilliant.
It
I'm
grates
going to play
on you.
maximum volume for the full
No,
flight
you're
when
not.
we go to
No,
America.
you
This
won't, 'cause
game.
I'll break it. I'll break your Switch.
You're
I'll
not
slip
sitting
it
next to
over
me.
my
We
knee.
established that. You'd have to lean over Pab to break it.
I'll tell Pab to break it then. Pab
wouldn't break it. Pab will be playing it too.
I'll be asleep.
Nah, I'm not.
I'll have my
letting you sleep.
headphones on.
Don't worry,
the
I'll keep
loudest
you
noise
awake.
cancelling possible.
We'll see about that, young man. I'll keep you awake. Don't you worry. We'll be playing that Fugler game that I've bought. Don't worry, we'll have things to do. But yeah, you only get to play for like half an hour, and then you can keep going, but there's nothing else to do once you get through the half an hour. It only lets you do certain things. You can only add 3 characters. You can only unlock certain bits and bobs to do in it, but just that little bit of a taste, a little bit of a sample was enough for me to know that I'm going to be on this every day. Huh?
They give you a special gift.
They do give you a special gift. You get a special costume for complete, and it's the wording of it was unusual. There's like there's 6 different colors of the costume, so you get randomly allocated the costume, and then it says the others are available in the game. So it's like, well, did I not need to do this at all then? Could I have just got my color in the game? Or
you get it early.
Okay.
So you because you can carry that save over from the demo, so you'll automatically start with it.
Because I need to keep you two away from each other. I need to. Whatever I've done with setting up the personalities, it seems that Kevin and Anna are completely incompatible with each other based on the personalities they've been given. She seems to keep getting annoyed with how overexcitable and boisterous he is, which doesn't seem realistic at all.
No.
Because in real life, she thinks that's adorable.
Yeah.
It's called Stockholm Syndrome, Kev.
Well, this game's not based in Stockholm. So I don't know. It's that was the other good thing. Unlike stupid Pocopia, which I still love, it can't hear me. It's in the other room, but that didn't let me call my place Penn Island. I was very upset. Tomodachi Life, Penn Island is back, boys and girls. We're gonna have the Penn Island adventures for the rest of the year when I give you my Tomodachi Life update. What's going on Penn Island? Well, here we go.
You're such a child.
You reminded me that someone on whatever social media platform it was had said that their name is Nasser, spelled Nasser, and Pocopia had starred out the word ass, but it makes their username look like an entirely far worse N-word because it's starred out, and they're like, no. So now they don't know what to do.
No.
They're like, I can't play like this. And I just thought, oh my God, technology is just outrageous. Oh, God. But yeah, I can imagine that'll get fixed at some point because surely they can't make that person play like that. They didn't think that through.
I don't know. Nintendo don't tend to go back and look at stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still 6 years deep on Penn Island on Animal Crossing, so they just seem to leave you to it.
Saying that, it was weird. This is a bit of a tangent, but the people who made Hollow Knight, Team Cherry, they randomly patched that a month or so back with some little fixes, and then they've randomly released some more little fixes for it, and it's like, this game's been out for so long and they did nothing for like 7 years with it, and now they just start suddenly patching it because they've got the new one out. I suppose it's probably because people have been buying the original, but it's just funny, isn't it, that game companies don't tend to do that. They don't tend to be like, oh yeah, I thought I'd just fix this random thing on a game that I've not touched in nearly a decade. Although I think I've said before that Final Fantasy Rebirth remake they randomly started changing the shape of Tifa's biceps and stuff like that randomly a couple of months back. It was like they just did a couple of updates where they were like, "Yeah, we're going to make her slightly smaller and different in these various ways." Which, so yeah, I guess sometimes it's just people at companies whose job it is to sit in a corner and do updates for a long time.
On the topic of updates, actually, we were speculating on my stream this week when the Football Manager International mode was going to be releasing. We went back through the original announcement, and it's pretty clear they're going to, as usual, release it while I'm on holiday, because the wording of it is they were waiting for the completion of the playoffs and releasing it before the World Cup. And the playoffs are almost done. Now, the European ones all got wrapped up this week. There's 2 spots left, I think, in the World Cup. So I think they get allocated this week. So by the end of this week, we'll have the full lineup of the 48 teams. Then obviously they need a little bit of time to code it and fiddle with it. And then the World Cup itself starts in June. So I think it's pretty much nailed on that I'm going to be sat there on the plane out to America trying to connect to the Wi-Fi to upload a video reacting to it. Because that's just how this has worked. It's how it's worked for the last however many years. Yeah, it is a tradition, and I think the whole Football Manager community would be disappointed if they released it a week before and because they all know we're going. So if they were to release it while I'm still at home, I think everyone would be secretly pretty gutted. So I think everyone's hoping for an airport reaction or a reaction from Small World. There's going to be a point where I'm going to be like, it'll be like the last time, or it was a previous time, me and Anna, I think, were at Disneyland in Paris. And we'll be walking around going, I've got to check my phone every hour to see if it's happened. And then I just have to run off and make the video at some point. Yeah. I've done reactions at Legoland. I've done them at Disneyland. I've done them on the morning of boarding a cruise ship. We've cancelled a cruise. They're any combination of ways to mess with me being on holiday, they will find it. So it's absolutely dropping the moment we get on that plane.
Yeah. Yeah, it was our first holiday away, and you were like, I have to check my phone every half an hour to an hour to see what they drop in, because we were at the Marvel Hotel, and then it came out, so we had to leave the park. I went to our room, and you did it outside with one of them shoulder pets on.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah. So there'll be another one of my reactions. It's to the point where Football Manager Reddit is convinced I don't have a house. And I'm just traveling around on holiday all the time. People just think I'm on holiday 52 weeks a year because the people who don't watch my content every day, the ones who only watch the big videos because they watch 3 videos a year and it's just the big newsy ones, I'm always somewhere ridiculous in them, and they must think I'm doing it on purpose. Whereas I'm convinced Sports Interactive are doing it on purpose. And so if that doesn't drop in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be cross with them.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But yeah, Tomodachi life aside, Football Manager aside, I've still been playing loads of Pokopia. I'm loving the post-game stuff in that now. I've taken my foot off the gas a little bit when it comes to building habitats. I'm not trying to complete my Pokedex too quickly. Instead, I've focused on just doing loads of building. I've built myself a lovely big high street. I've built myself a big tower block. I'm adding...
It's still 5 floors.
It's I've got a lift that goes up in that. My next project that I'm just clearing space for now is I'm going to put a train station in, which I think the first train is going to be above ground to get me round to my farms and link up all the various gates and the cycle road thing. And then I think I'm going to get an underground in as the next thing, and just basically I'm rebuilding everything, and it's going to take thousands of hours.
Can you move the centers?
You can move everything. You can move everything, change everything, change the heights and the levels of everything. It's Minecraft. It's utterly, completely customizable.
The Pokemon centers, they stay the same colors though. Or can you change?
I assume the really important bits, like the roof's probably not changing colour.
No, okay.
I haven't actually tried. I'll have to go and get Smear Guru and get him to see if he can change. I imagine there are elements of it he can paint. Like you can move the furniture around inside it, you can pick up the rugs and change. You can change bits and bobs inside it. So I wouldn't be surprised if there were customizable bits. But I suspect there's certain bits you won't be allowed to change, like the Pokemon logo and stuff like that. You probably won't get away with changing. But
cool.
I thought we were limited to just one Pokemon per area, but I keep finding DIY kits for them now, so I can now have a little row of Pokemarts. So I can have a little trading center, the shop.
Oh, okay.
That you get in the in the main games. If you build them in your what are we calling them? Islands, villages. If you build them and you have trading Pokemon, the trading Pokemon set up little shops in there, so you can have a little row of shops. So I've got a little shopping street that's starting to build out. I've got my row of vending machines that I go and hit up every day because that's my trading material. I've got my concrete factory because every day I go to my Cloud Island, collect a load of limestone, take it back to my concrete factory where I feed the limestone in at one end, get my crushing Pokemon. I think it's my crushers who turn limestone into concrete, and then concrete has a trade value of like 75 finance tokens per piece, and I'm getting like 800 pieces of concrete a day out of my little factory. So I use that and the beverages I get for free out of the vending machines as my trading currency when I then go down my little trading street with all my trading Pokemon, and I stock up on my Pokemetals and all my rare items. And I think one of my next steps after the train thing is getting the museum back up and running properly. And I might even move the museum and get that into the rest of the town area and get all that moved. But yeah, I'm every time I think, okay, I know everything that's in this now, I'm comfortable, I'll just stumble across something else. I was digging randomly at Bleak Beach the other day, and I said to Anna, have you completely explored this area? She was like, yeah, I think so. Okay. There's basically a bit that I found that I did not know was there, and it's it like doubles the size of it, and it's like I don't know that you'd find this naturally. I just happened to be digging and stumbled across it, and it's just like a massive area with more half-built houses, and it's just enormous. And yeah, I'm now in full-on building mode and having a lovely time doing it. What a fun time Pokopia is. And now I'll have to add Tomodachi Life into my rotation as well, so I think that releases in like a week. This month, within a week or two. I'm not sure exactly when. It's soon though. The fact the demo's out, it's definitely before we go away, because I did check that, so I know it's soon. I've already got it pre-ordered. I think it is next week. Yeah, I know it is pretty soon. Exciting times.
I'll have to start sleeping downstairs. I can't sit there and it go Annika.
I think you'll find it says Anna.
Anna. I hate it.
You read the news the other night. That was good.
What news?
The news in game. You were the news reporter.
There we go.
16th.
16th. I've got like 2 weeks to wait.
Yeah.
Oh, at least I'll have finished my transit system by then, I guess.
For goodness sake. You got this yet, Sheepdog?
Right.
Sorry, what?
Have you got this yet?
No, I told you I'm not spending anything on it.
Why? You will.
Because I promise you, I'm not interested.
You
have to do this every week.
We have to because it's Pokemon
No, we don't.
and
Genuinely.
Minecraft. I don't understand
I've
what
been
your
playing
problem
Minecraft
is.
with my youngest. That's one of the things. I mean, it's not on my list for things to play this week, but that's one of the things I do.
You should
all
show
the
him
time.
this.
One of them, I forget which one, said to me, are we getting it? And I was like, I don't want it. And they were like, all right. That's the extent of the conversation. I said to them, if they want to get a Switch 2 in future, they're more than welcome to, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. They weren't even interested in a Switch 2. They kind of just went back to what they were doing.
Do you have a Switch 2?
Yeah, but I don't know how many more ways I need to explain that this has 0.
No, there's
Oh.
At
something wrong
least-
with you. It's
at
like you've been
least-
changed or
At
something.
least 5 more ways. I'm going to need at least 5 more ways. I feel like you're not trying different ways. It seems a lot like you're just repeating yourself, and I refuse to accept it.
Also, doesn't this have game share?
Yes.
What are you
Where
talking about?
so you can play on your Switch 2 and then share the game with your kids on the Switch 1. Sure,
I don't
something
know.
like that.
Look at his brain ticking away.
No, I don't know. Probably. I'm
Yeah,
still
I
not
think
getting it
that is
for
the
him.
case.
Why? I don't understand.
Because they weren't bothered when I said no. I'm not. I don't want. I don't. I'm not interested in it. They
You
just
go in your
accepted the
car
answer.
and you
'cause
go
they're not
around
weird.
you go around the village for Pokeballs. Now you could live in a village with the Pokemon and be a Pokemon and transform into different Pokemon.
I think what we've learned from all of this, and I think this is the big takeaway. Sheepdog doesn't want to be a Pokemon. He wants to control the Pokemon because he's a monster. He's a Pokemon dictator. He's a Pokemon slave master, and we just have to accept it. He is not one of us. He is trying to control us, the monster.
You can be a Ditto or a Lapras.
He doesn't
Don't,
want to be a Ditto. He wants to control a Ditto. He wants to keep a Ditto in its tiny little prison and pull him out every now and again when it suits him. Yeah,
What
everything
a
is
Ditto
wrong with
good
this world.
for?
That's one of the probably one of the drawbacks of the game.
I'm
It's a
covering his
weird
ears.
little
My poor
freak.
Ditto. Covering his lovely little fluffy ears. Right, someone talk about something else. No? Well, let's wrap things up then.
No, I played a few bits over the time we've
Excellent.
not been, and he said on the air. Then, like we're anywhere other than
That's right.
podcast
Yeah.
world. Although annoyingly, my Chrome shut down. I've got this weird thing on my computer at the moment where Chrome just keeps randomly closing itself. It's very frustrating. And I can't seem to stop it from happening. So if anyone out there knows why, let me know. So I mentioned this was a good coincidence. I mentioned a couple of episodes back that I wish I had looked at getting a Steam Deck. And then I went to visit some friends for one of my mates' birthdays, and they brought their Steam Deck along. And so I had a jolly good time playing on that. Which one thing I actually didn't know about it that's quite cool, and this is a very trivial thing, but it was the fact that we just like linked up every other console's controllers to it. So I think I was playing on an Xbox controller while someone else was playing on a Switch controller and someone else was playing on a PlayStation controller. And I thought, wow, that's quite handy that you can just bundle connect them all up, job done, let's all play a game.
On the screen.
So
There's-
yeah, he hooked the Steam Deck up. He must have had a dock, I guess, and hooked it up to the telly.
Okay.
And
You can just use any USB-C dongle. It doesn't even need to be an official dock.
yeah,
just any
mate,
kind of dongle.
I
suddenly
didn't know
realised-
it did that.
I suddenly realised I didn't actually see it when it was connected to the telly. This could have all been smoke and mirrors. I could have been playing on a dirty PC, but I saw him playing it in his hand. We were definitely playing it on a Steam Deck.
Did you say there were
Anyway.
smoking mirrors?
I said it could have
Yeah,
been
he
smoke
smokes
and
mirrors now.
mirrors.
Right, yeah, I was like, what is smoking
So-
mirrors? Okay.
The first thing we played was a group game, Unrailed. Have you talked about this before at all? Don't know if you're
No,
familiar
I've
with
heard of
this.
it. It's the
Yeah.
train one, isn't it? Where you're building
is.
train tracks.
And I feel like the Kevin Anna household may enjoy something like this, but it's
No.
so. Well, I don't know. Yeah, okay. I think it'd be funny to see them stream it.
It's funny to see Anna telling Kev off all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's basically
People
Kev,
seem to like that, Kevin.
you have to you've got a train, and before it starts moving, you've got to basically extend the track by gathering resources from around the level. So there's like wood you can cut from trees, and there's metal that you can mine, and you have to take the resources to the train. The train then builds track. You take the track from the back of the train, put it at the front so the train can move forward. You've also got to gather up water so the train doesn't overheat. And there's all these little obstacles, like I think some levels had bandits that were stealing your stuff. There's all sorts of different things like that. But while you're doing that, the train is moving, so you're having to really rush around, being like, right, mine the iron, get the wood together, build, try and build bridges over water so you can get to things. And yeah, it was very hectic, but also very fun. And I feel like I was playing it with people who were getting quite hectic and being really like, right, we need to do this, we need to do that. Whereas I was kind of just trundling along. Right, I'll just do this monotonous job here, and then walk back and forth and be really calm about it, because I'm like, if I have to do anything else, I'll start being like, the train's moving. But yeah, it was great fun, and I think you'd enjoy it, but also it would stress you both out, because it's very much like an Overcooked style game, which we also played. And again, I actually felt like when I slotted into I'm just going to boil the pasta, or cut the fish up or whatever, and walk back and forth, or I'll just clean the plates and put them back in place. That worked really well. But anytime I tried to do more complicated tasks, I would just create an absolute,
Oh yeah, I
storm
can't
of
play that
nonsense.
game.
But I think out of the two, Unrailed was more doable. I could handle the stress of that one a bit better. Although we did get to a level where it was just flipping all over the place and going a bit nuts, and that's very confusing. Another game I played. So I've never played this series before, and my friend is quite into it. I'm just having a look. So I thought it came up saying Kev had it, but it's not Kev. It's your friend Gat has his avatar.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Kev without glasses on. But anyway, so it was what's it called? I forgot the name. Toho Lunar Nights. You know Toho?
What?
Touhou. Toho. I don't know how you say it. Basically, it's like a whole thing. I've never really. I hear them talk about it from time to time. I've never actually looked into it before. But basically, I think before I arrived, they'd been playing this Metroidvania game. And they were like, "Oh, Sheepdog, we've got this game that's going to destroy you. You're going to find it so hard. It's going to be ridiculous." So I thought, right, I'll sit down and play. I actually looked it up, and check see if I can grab this now. But somewhere when I was looking it up, it was basically scored as like 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 on Steam. It had like a near perfect score. And I thought, bloody hell, that's a bit high praise and everything. But yeah, it was pretty fun, and I was actually surprisingly good at it. They were a little bit disappointed because I sat down, started it up, and just smashed my way through it. I think I did the first boss like second try, and the next boss I got like most of the way through, but then got killed, and then it was like late, so we stopped playing, and I didn't play any more of it. But it was like, yeah, they were expecting me to be just suffering and in pain, and it turns out that I think playing Silksong has probably raised my game on these. But yeah, it was fun, and it's one of those where I don't know that I'll rush out and get it on like my PC or anything, but if I did have a Steam Deck and this was on sale, I'd probably put it on there to have another go at it. It was all right. The other thing that it was funny, I mentioned in passing that I quite liked fighting games in the old days, even though I was bad at them. And then when I arrived, I was presented with like 4 fighting games to pick from, and I was like, "Oh God, I didn't know that I was starting anything." But we played Tekken 8, which I was looking up again. I was adding a list to remind myself. I wanted to make sure I had the right number, and apparently it got quite negatively reviewed. All the articles that came up were like, "Is Tekken 8 as bad as the reviews suggest it is?" And I would say, having played it, that it was fun to do, but it had a very weird system where it was like I would be fighting my friend on it, and then whichever one of us got our health down like to the last fifth of the health bar could just press a button and it would do a move that would like just beat the crap out of the other person if they're in range. So you could dodge it, you could jump out of the way of it a little bit if you were planning it right, if you knew it was coming. And once we had figured this out, we were avoiding it a bit better. But it just felt weird that it would be like, right, how can I hit them down to almost 75% health, but not push them into this bit where they can activate that move, and then be the person who gets there, like, so then knock me down to that much health, and I'd immediately use my move because I got there quickest, kind of thing. And that's all that it felt like. All the fights were being decided on who managed to get their move off at the right time, rather than just who was fighting. And it was a little bit of a weird choice, I thought, but it was fun revisiting the Tekken world and seeing like what's the robot called? I wanted to say Jack. Was it Jack? Who is
Jack
just
has
like
the robot arms, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's like version whatever. And God, yeah, all the reviews on Steam are terrible for this.
I was going to say, I'm looking at the Open Critic and it's got 90s.
Oh, really? Yeah, on Steam, it's just like.
But I mean, I wouldn't necessarily trust a Steam review.
Oh yeah, I mean, God knows, I don't know the context. I assumed this was going to be like. It does say that favors whoever plays more aggressively, and there was a bit of a learning curve in the older games. But this one, to me, we had a good time, but once we'd kind of all played each other a few times, it did just feel like we were racing to use our special. And I don't know, I just found that a bit odd, really. I think some of the reviews said it's better to play it single player mode, which is what I'd have probably played it on if I owned it. I used to like kind of playing it through as each character, seeing their story end and that kind of thing. And yeah, would have been cool. And I think the other thing that I have played this week, so I've been still hammering through Final Fantasy 1. I think I mentioned that I got a bit stuck before, and when I picked it, it was because it said it was a 15-hour game, and I'm already like 20 hours into it at this point.
Because you kept getting encounters on the way to places.
Yes, so Pab encouraged me to turn them off. I say encouraged me, he gave me permission when I said, was it wrong to do it? And he sort of said no, so I turned them straight off. Got quite a lot done, but then I hit this point where I was like, I've visited every single available place, and I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing. And I feel a little bit stupid, to be honest, because I was just wandering around lost, visiting every place, and Ollie came in and asked what I was doing. I said, I'm lost. And he was like, why aren't you just looking up what you're supposed to do after the most recent thing you've done? You've been wandering around like this for ages. And I was like, oh, God, yeah. Like, what the hell? So it told me to go to some town, and there was like a secret path to the top right corner of this town. And I was like, how was I supposed to find that? That's insane. Like, it was just one of these random places. When I went there, there was just like, I don't know, 10 wizardy type people standing in a circle. And I spoke to one of them, and he was like, oh, well done on getting that Earthstone. Here's a canoe. And I thought, what?
Uh-huh.
And it was like, oh, now you've got a canoe, you can sail down rivers. And yeah, sure enough, that was what unlocked the stuff that I couldn't reach. But there's no logic there. And anything that would have been like, oh, this is how you get a canoe. Yeah, this makes sense. This guy was just like, yeah, well done on that Earthstone over there that you just beat a dead skeleton for. You can have this canoe. So congratulations. And I mean, it tickled me, but at the same time, I was just like, there was absolutely no way in the world that I could have figured this out on my own. I can't see how I would have got there. I genuinely feel like I would have stopped playing it before I would have ever got there. But I turned encounters back on, thinking I don't want to wander into a place and get destroyed. And within 20 minutes, I turned it back off because I did not canoe very far. It's like, this is absurd. But I think I'm about to wander into a volcano, which I'm assuming will be the fire crystal. If it's not, I don't know what they're playing at. And then I guess I'll have to figure out how I get. Maybe I'll go back to the wizards and hope they'll just give me another gift. Maybe it'll all be clear from there. But yeah, no, it's fun playing it. It's definitely got the Final Fantasy quirkiness that I enjoy from the later games. I just didn't realize it was there from the start. I feel like when I thought I played Final Fantasy 1 years ago, I must have been playing something else because this is not what I remember from it at all. But it's very entertaining. I went to a grave on one of the towns, and when you look at the gravestone, it just says like Link, like Link's buried there. And I thought that's quite funny. It's like an elf town. I thought that's very funny for them to be, threatening. Yeah. Yeah, so I've had quite a busy week with games. That's what I've been up to. And the Steam Deck did seem very cool. It hasn't put me off. I kind of want one now. But yeah, over to Pabanana.
I've only played one game. I only played it today.
Okay.
Because yeah, I could only buy it today. And I've bought Life is Strange, the new one.
Oh yes.
Double Exposure, I think it's called.
That's the old one, isn't it?
Possibly.
Which
I don't know what
one's
this
the
is called
latest
because it's
one? Hang on a
on
minute, I'll look it
pause. So
Hold on a
I haven't
minute.
got the screen.
What are you playing it on?
PlayStation 5.
Just press the PlayStation button.
Yeah, but I'm not near it.
Okay. No, on your controller.
I'm not near
Not
Reunion?
near that, man.
I'm on the other side of the room.
Life is Strange Reunion.
There we go.
Reunion, because she loves onions.
Oh, shut up, Kevin. So it came out last Thursday, but we were going away, so I didn't buy it until today. And you are back with Max and Chloe. They are on the on the screen, on the game case or whatever you call them now. So people know they are in. But when you start it, you can. So it tells you what happened in the first one and the one where she goes to college. So you've got that kind of story. Like I have played the one when she got to college, but I got a bit bored because it was the same couple of places. Like I remember now, I was like, oh yeah, I didn't play it because it was boring me. I didn't really care about the characters the way I cared about Chloe and Max. But yeah, so you get that, and then you can either randomize your story marks. So I don't randomize. I have to remember what I picked. So like I romanced Chloe in the first game, but I'm friends with Vin, and so died, and so like you can pick what happened to the characters or you can randomize them. But I picked what I could remember, and then I've like started the game, and she is still at college, but she is now a instructor, not a professor, because there's a new like principal and there's a bit of a annoyance, don't like women kind of vibe I get from him. Yeah. Because obviously these games have lots of different things in this, like trigger warning. There's suicide and there's sex and there's drugs and there's all that kind of thing, and you can turn them off in the game, or you can get warnings that is about to happen in the game. So you've got all them kind of things to turn on and off if you don't want to see them, but they are in there. And yeah, so she is a photography instructor. Obviously, she's teaching photography because obviously in the first game, she was at school learning about like cameras and stuff, and then you found out about her rewinding time. And yeah, so there's like you have basically you have to play the last game that came out, the one she's at college, because it's based around the ending of that. But basically you're trying to find a cult or disband a cult. I'm not quite sure what is happening, but in the first 5 minutes she is coming home from New York. She gets out of her car at like a scenic place and takes a picture of her school, like so it's like up above the cliff. And then as she gets closer, her phone clicks into the Wi-Fi there, and she starts getting all these notifications about how the school is on fire, people are stuck, and whatnot. And as she gets to the school, her friend is her friend from the college is on the roof. She can't save them because they're like chained in. There's boarded up windows because there's been some kind of scuffle, and her friend falls through the ceiling. She freaks out and ends up going into her photo and going back 3 days. And then you go from there. You've got like this hot, because she's not supposed to do that. She can do 5 minutes, like rewind 5 minutes, like the way you do. She's not supposed to go into her photo and go for 3 days back, because it's all like about the butterfly effect and how her changing one thing can have catastrophic damage around her like life. Because when Chloe comes back, she has a different story, and she is like, uh-oh, this shouldn't be happening. What is happening? I shouldn't be here, because she was supposed to be in New York, or coming home from New York, because she went back to Friday. So yeah, it's not episodic that I can see. It has like the same story beats like before, when you would get like to end of one and you're like, oh well, this would be where episode 1 would finish, and then you'd have to wait a couple of weeks. It's not like that anymore. I think it's just like the full game. But I have tried every single Life is Strange game. 2 I didn't really like, so I didn't really connect with the boys, because it wasn't that great. You could move a can, and I was just like, that's not fun. And then I played the True Colours one, where she could see emotions. It was fine, but it was just a bit meh. I didn't care. But I do like Chloe and Max. I like the fact that Max is like a girly girl and just like timid, and then you've got Max who just does not care and says what she thinks. But then, like, I know as I'm playing it, I'm like, well, that's the right answer, but I want to do these 2 answers first to see how they play out. But it's been fun. I've been playing it this afternoon. I didn't even know this was coming out. I just happened to see it the other day when I was like, what's coming out in March and April, and that was there, and I was like, oh my god, it's been, I think the last one was like 2000, like the first one of Max and Chloe was like 2013, I think, a very long time ago. So it's nice to see them back and doing their thing. Yay for I think it's Square Enix and somebody else. I forget who else it is. But yeah, you can stream. Obviously you can turn off the licensed music. It's got all that stuff in it. So if anyone wanted to stream it, like if you're playing at home and then you watch someone stream it and they don't have the same music, it's because you can turn all that off. It just has everything that the old games have, and I'm enjoying it. Obviously I just paused it to come here, so I will go back to it when we finish. And I'm also looking at Crimson Desert, but I didn't want to play 2 games at the same time, so I'm gonna play this one first, then go to Crimson Desert, because I want an army of cats. I've seen people, you just pick up the cats and take them with you. Army of cats, they're going to be mine. It's a massive game. I don't really want Starfield at all, because I've played it and I found it quite boring. So yeah, that's all I've done, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. I did go to Manchester. I now know where Strange Ways prison is. We had a lovely view of Strange Ways prison. Didn't know that it was there, but Pabby told me what I was looking at all night. Oh my god, it is that's around that area is so noisy.
Yeah.
So noisy. But then when I worked in the prison, it was noisy because they were allowed to have stereo systems in their rooms with massive speakers. So
I doubt it was the Strange Ways that was making that noise. It's just you're right next to the arena as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we went to the arena, came out, walked back, and then when we were in the room, I was just like, it is so noisy out there. Like,
It is the second time Anna's taken me to Manchester to watch topless men dance on a stage, by the way.
Oh.
You don't have to go. You could just wait outside.
No, I'm not objecting. It seems to be what Manchester's all about. I think that is Manchester's thing.
Well, it was the closest one. I didn't want to pay Wembley prices, so I paid Manchester prices instead.
I would have had to have eaten a hard-boiled egg at Wembley. That would have been challenging.
I don't want to be doing that, especially with your trumps that you have. But yeah, we went to Manchester. We did not see Pab. Pab was not around. We do ask him to come out and play, but he does not want
admittedly,
to.
I had absolutely forgot about that, and yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see you in a couple of weeks anyway. I miss you because I saw you in Feb, and like I know
hang out with him in Tomodachi Life.
No, thank you. I don't like the game. I just don't like it. I don't.
No, but that's what you 2 have been doing in it. You just hang out.
Obviously, me and Pal's personalities, obviously.
You both seem to avoid me. It's troubling.
I see. But yeah, just mentally preparing myself for America with Kevin. You don't understand. Like, he thinks he's got it down. He's like, oh, Chat GPT has got this and that. He's gonna be so excited, but I'm gonna have to calm him down. I'm going to have to tell him to stop. That he needs to breathe.
I just there's some things in there. In that, and I don't understand. You do not understand what you're in for. You will have to have so much restraint to have to stick to this itinerary, and I really don't think you will.
No,
I'm a very disciplined man.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. How many times have you made vlogs where you've gone change your plan? Because that must be thousands at this point.
I've never changed plans.
I've been there for a lot of them.
Nah, it's all for show. It's all performative. I script those supposed changes in advance.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
It's not how I remember it.
So
I'm a good actor.
yeah, I'm mentally preparing myself to calm him down because he's just, oh God. Oh, I can
Well,
feel.
on my personal list for the first day is go to a pharmacy and buy some melatonin, which you can buy in America, so that I can get to sleep. Because if I get any kind of jet lag, I am going to be a grumpus. I can't cope with a lack of sleep. So melatonin, job one, day one, get me a full night's sleep.
So yeah, just been doing that and
Fair enough.
making sure I can cope with him because I love him, but oh God. I've took him to Paris. I know what he's like. Oh God. So yeah, I'm just.
Well, I propose we go to Paris like next week.
I don't want
me.
to go to
Get
Paris.
some of it out my system. Let me burn off some of the excitement.
No, because I want you to be excited, but I have to prepare myself for your excitedness. Because I've lived with Andy, I've seen what it gets like when he gets excited, so I know what to use with you. You need to breathe. You don't know how to breathe properly.
I'm learning how to do handstands.
I see. But
You have to wear the CPAP all the time to breathe.
Well, I've got a battery-powered one now, so I can.
No, oh God, no, that's not fun for nobody, Kevin. It's horrible, horrible thing. Chuck it away. It's horrible.
That's the one that's coming with us.
It makes so much. I'll carry it. I'm
going
carry.
I'm going to get you some special sleep earphones. Don't worry.
It's so. That's so. I don't want to sleep with earphones. I just want to sleep. Oh God, they're so annoying. Oh God, and he says he's got a silencer on it. I don't know what it would be like if it had no silencer on it.
Loud is the answer to that.
It's horrible thing. And it's like, oh, there's no plugs on the plane. Yes, there is. I've checked, but he won't listen. Oh God, yeah. That's what I've been doing. You can hear it in my voice. Like I have to stretch my forehead to stop me from frowning so much because he just irritates my mind.
I have to use my battery powered one. I spent $1,000 on it.
Send it back. It's a horrible, horrible machine. That could separate us because that thing is horrible. I'd rather him snore than have that thing.
It's not right. CPAP is not a machine designed to stop me snoring. It's a machine to keep me alive.
Well, it stops you. The one upstairs stops you snoring.
I think you forget who the machine is for.
Yeah, it's not for you, Ella.
I have to sleep with him. He took over all the rooms, so I can't have a room of my own. So it stops him snoring. I can stay in bed.
When you three are married, you can have two
Pab
rooms.
can be between us like he is on the plane.
Pab, you'll have to hold my hand. I do apologise.
Oh, by the way, me and Anna are married now. Did we mention that? We got married in Scotland.
Oh,
did you actually?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
From this vending machine.
Is that serious? So I can't tell.
Well,
to be honest.
we had rings and there's a certificate. I think it's legitimate. It cost me £5, I think it was.
Yeah.
A man brought us sweets afterwards to celebrate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've got a certificate and we exchanged rings and Anna wore a hat and I wore a hat.
I wore a veil.
I assume that means it's all legit, unless Scotland is a country full of liars.
So yeah, we're married.
That's hilarious. If it's true, wouldn't it be funny?
I think it is true. I've got the certificate. It doesn't have my surname on, which is worrying. But other than that, it's fine. I don't think you need your surname on it.
Well, no, you're Mr. Anna, and I'm Mr. Kevin.
I got a little bit of a fright when I googled "Are marriage vending machines legal in Scotland?" and it replied yes, but it actually then went on to explain the auto wed machine are legal to operate as a novelty item. So I'm sorry, Kevin.
That's what we did.
I spent £5 on that. There's one at the Museum of Sex in New York as well.
Well, there you go.
We used the one at Camera Obscura and World of Illusions.
We did.
Well, it was the illusion of getting married then, wasn't it?
For a small fee, it provides a 60-second audio-guided ceremony, dispenses 2 plastic rings, and prints a keepsake certificate. Yeah, that's a legal marriage.
I
I
mean, I'm
don't think our
sure.
rings are plastic, I think they're actually metal, like cheap metal, but they're not plastic.
Is
Sure,
auto
one of
wed
us-
a real marriage?
One of us could become a judge and just make it a legal thing. or register.
You were ordained by the Church of Bacon at some
I
point, if I
was. I
recall.
don't know if
He's a
that's still
vegetarian.
valid. I haven't had any emails from him in a while. I haven't done any what they called ceremonies for him for a
Probably
while.
they probably like removed you after you became a vegetarian.
Well, they don't sort through my poo pab. I don't think they'd know.
Well, I think they would ask the question though.
I think
I'm on their website now. Apparently, being ordained by them is temporarily suspended. You can't become
Oh.
ordained by the
Why?
Church of Bacon currently. Maybe they've got too many bacon boys or whatever they call them.
Baconators.
weird. I'm not up to speed on what's going on with the clergy at the moment.
It's a real legal church with a funny name but a serious mission.
What's their mission?
Bacon, probably. I don't know.
So, Pat, what have
The
you played?
United Church of Bacon holds to a list of 8 bacon commandments.
Oh.
Okay. What are they?
We oppose supernatural claims. We fight discrimination. We raise money for charity. We perform legal weddings. We expose religious privileges, and we praise bacon. They all do, which can include vegetarian bacon. It says
Oh, there
There
you
we
go.
go.
There
so
you
you can
go.
stay in, even if it says even if you don't like pigs, you can be in the Church of Bacon.
Who don't like pigs?
Sheepdog.
Rappers?
He only likes radish bacon.
Radish. Is that what it is?
Radish bacon.
I assume they make it of radishes. What's your bacon made of, Sheepdog?
As if I'd know. I assume it's all mushrooms and mould.
He loves mouldy bacon.
Fair.
Right, shall I get back to what I was
Anyway.
doing so you lot can carry on
As I say, have you
podcasting?
played games, Pappy?
Yes. So, you want to know about Crimson Desert?
Garnham.
I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, then.
Do you,
I want to know.
You
do you like
tease.
it is bizarre. It is weird,
Exactly.
bizarre.
That's funny.
You know, like how Yakuza's weird
Mm.
in a good way.
Mm.
This isn't that.
Okay.
I just don't know what to tell you with this game. I like what I'm playing more or less,
Mhm.
but it's like it wants to be a bit of everything, and I don't think it
That's fine.
necessarily. It wants to be a little bit of Assassin's Creed. It wants to be a little bit of Witcher. It wants to be a little bit of Tears of the Kingdom. It wants to be a little bit of Dragon's Dogma 2. It wants to be a little bit of
Skyrim.
yes, yeah. It wants to be a little bit of Kingdom Come Deliverance. It wants to be a little bit of everything, and it's taken little bits of everything, like games,
And
just like
that's
tons.
fine.
Yes, but because of that, like it doesn't always necessarily work out for the best.
Yeah.
You start the game off. Your guy who you play as is called Cliff. He's part of like a Cliff
Really?
called Cliff. He's Scottish. He's
Okay.
Scottish, and he's a Greymane who is like a clan, and you're fighting. You go up against a different clan, who are something like some sort of bear clan, whatever it is.
Mm.
They all have like bear skins on, and you effectively lose.
Cool.
And from what I can tell, it seems like you die. And then suddenly I wake up and you wake up getting pulled out of a river,
Mm.
and there's some fisherman guy helping you out, and then you just going. No explanation of what's happening. No explanation of who these people, what's going on. It's just like go to this castle and go. It's like, why am I going to the castle though? And you just following the quest lines and just moving around and just going through the motions
Mm.
with no real explanation as to what's going on.
And that's great.
It's I want more story. There is
Yeah.
so little story to this game, and I kind of think that's on purpose. It wants you to kind of get lost in the world, and the world is massive, and it
I've
looks
seen it.
amazing. It is a very pretty game, and it's like literally, there's just you can pretty much talk. Well, no, I said it. You can greet NPCs and do certain things. You can steal from them, then you can threaten them,
Mm.
and
So
like
Red Dead it then.
yes, it wants to be a little bit of Red Dead. There you go.
Mm.
Exactly the same. It wants to be a little bit of Red Dead, including you set up a camp and then you have a donation box.
Oh, it's Red
Yeah,
Dead.
so it wants to be
In
Red Dead.
Scotland.
It wants to be Red Dead, but it plays a little bit more like a Witcher /
Yeah.
Kingdom Come type of game.
Mm.
And it's got, like I say, at one point, very early on in the game, you end up on one of these sky islands, like Tears of the Kingdom. You have sky islands. I haven't been on them since. I've played 12 hours. I haven't seen them again since. You can't even see them in the sky, so I don't know where they were now. I can't even remember. It's been that far back. But like, you
Yeah.
start off in this big town, and then you need to get in the castle, because I think it's something to do with you're basically trying to get the clan back together, sort of thing. You're trying to find other Greymanes who have been scattered to the wind, sort of thing.
Mm.
And I think the game wants you to kind of lose yourself in the world on the way, because like
Yeah.
there's bounty boards, there's posters up for wanted criminals everywhere,
Mm.
and you can just take them up. You can literally just take them off the boards, off the posts, and it just gives you a rough idea of where he is, and you can go and catch him and stick him in the jail. You can do that. You can do this like everybody, like you say, you can talk to it pretty much everybody, and you can like gain favor with like certain people within the community,
Mm.
and you have like a bar which you can like go up or down on by doing certain things. If you started stealing from them, you would have a negative effect on your rapport with the people of the town. And I've lost my train of thought now. It's just so much stuff to it, but it's like you have to, like, you take the quests. Like a quest, I've just been pretty much doing the main quest, because there are some other little quests available to you, but I just don't know. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. It's really weird. It's really weird, and yet somehow I'm compelled to play it. I mean, I've turned the corner on it a little bit after playing yesterday, because I talked to somebody from the Discord that I'm in, that spoke to somebody who's really enjoying it, and I was like, just explain to me what I'm meant to be doing, because I don't quite follow what's going on. Like I spent like probably, I want to say, at least 8 hours in the game, and it got to a point where you've got to go to this other town, like this big castle, and you can't go in the castle. It's like a penitentiary, apparently. Like insane people, and one of your Greymane crew is in there, has been captured and taken to there. So you've got to get in, and it says like the options are, there's a guy who might be able to get you some uniform, or you can go back to the main town that you start in and go and speak to the clergyman at the church, and he'll sell you a pass to go in. So I was like, I couldn't find where this guy was. I couldn't find where the guy was to buy the outfit. So I rode all the way back to my town, probably 10 minutes riding back, only to realise the pass that got me there, the day pass, would have cost me 10 coins, whoever it is, the currency in the game. I think it's silver. It's 10 silver, and I played 8 hours this game, and I had exactly 10 silver. So I would have spent my entire currency on this pass. I was like, do I want to do that? And then the day day after I stopped there, I was like, I need to think this over because I don't want to burn my entire currency on a day pass when a uniform, but theoretically, could get me in forever. So eventually, I went back to the place I had to get in, and I went round the side of it and found this guy. He was selling the uniform for 10 currency as well. I was like, right, okay, that's probably better for me to at least to do that. And then I was since been told, like, I mean, you need to steal things. You need to start stealing stuff. You need to basically be, and you have to be unseen stealing stuff. Else, like say, people start, you'll get wanted and you'll get thrown in jail and stuff like that. So I have made a bit more money now because well, there's a story mission which I end up going to pretty much a castle that's been ransacked, and I go and clean up all what's left and just steal it all because there's no one to see me doing it. So I felt all right about doing that one. But yeah, there is a camp you go to. You set up a camp. People turn up. There's another playable character. There's another playable character a la GTA 5.
Oh, okay.
Like you have a wheel. You have like a character wheel that you bring up like a weapon wheel. You can have a character wheel. And you select them. The camera zooms up and pans down to them somewhere else, like GTA 5. I was like, it's weird,
Cool.
and I don't have it. I was like, I don't know why you would want to change character because I feel like this game is all focused on this Cliff character, and I don't know why we're suddenly playing this random lady turns up at the camp, right, and the guy says, "Will you mind keeping her here at the minute? She needs to lay low. There's people trying to get at her. This seems like a safe place for her." And you go, "All right, okay." And then it goes, "Thing you can play as her now." And then apparently there are some quests that she can do exclusive. She has her own abilities and stuff like that. So it's like, not only is there a game in there that's like a bit of all these other games, and now there's like secondary like quest line going on where you can play as a different character doing completely different things. It's just like a lot. It's a lot, and I feel like
sounds fun.
yeah. The skill tree is
Big.
bonkers. It's just there's just so much things. There's so many moves in there. The amount of times I have to keep stopping what I'm doing and going into the skill tree and going, what did I upgrade again? What did I unlock? Because I don't know what moves I've got unlocked. For people who know, I've just beat the Reed Demon, I think I want to say, because I'm in a field of reeds. And no, Reed Devil. It's the Reed Devil is who I've just done that boss. Then yeah, it was difficult. It's not easy. It's not like, I don't think there's like a difficulty slider on it, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. It's like for me, it felt like Witcher, where you had to have you just have food and stuff. Oh, there's recipes. You can cook stuff like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. There's a whole cooking system, and you cook your food, and you cook your food, and then you get more. You get more health back. You get more like bonuses to having cooked food rather than just raw food. There's like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, there is a weather system, so you'll need outfits for cold and heat, like Breath of the Wild. So there is all that as well. And yeah, it's been very divisive game. It really has. It's one of them games where you either love it or you hate it. It's got a very positive, I think, on Steam with like nearly 40,000 reviews. But I feel like the average on Metacritic and OpenCritic and all the reviewers is about a 7. So like I say, it's one of them games that like, and I think that I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, where it's like
7 is perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, but it's one of them games that, like say, on average, like say, people have been as low as like 6s, and then people have been up like 9s and 10s. It's like there's one of them that's like just you either really like it and you don't, and like a lot of complaints have been about the controls. I don't overly mind the controls. It reminds me of something like Witcher, and where like the controls are a bit sluggish to move the character. It's not like, you know, I mean, you've got to like push in a direction, and he'll just eventually, like momentum will take him in that direction, sort of thing. And it's slow starting controls and stuff, but I don't mind it. It's not horrendous. Yeah, I'll keep chipping away at it. I like to play it every now and again. Like I say, I've been just chipping away a few hours here and there, and yeah, I kind of want to just get more into it. Apparently, it's supposed to pick up after about 10 hours, and I've played about 12, so it's probably about right where it starts to get more interesting. I don't know if that's just coincided with me getting kind of getting briefed a bit more by one of my mates to exactly what's going on in the game, or whether it is just purely like I've gone past that 10-hour mark and it's kind of like sprung into life. So I don't know. There's a whole Batman Arkham like vision where you do detective mode
Love
for a
I
bit.
used to love that.
Yeah. You put this big metal pot helmet on, and then you can see like visions of like how the crime went down, or how like a scene went down, and then you kind of go and trace it somewhere or whatever and stuff like that.
Yes.
And you gain information that way. So yeah, it's one of them that like I say I don't hate what I've played. It's not awful, but it's just a lot, and it's bizarre in so many ways, but it's all right. The other thing I've played Peak. Have you heard of Peak?
Nope.
No.
No.
You've not heard of Peak? It was a massive game from last year.
Nope.
It's a multiplayer game with proximity chat. It's a co-op game where you get stranded on an island sort of thing, and you have to climb up the mountain to eventually like the fog starts to rise up as you're climbing up, and it's like you have to make your way up this mountain that is like it's not just you have to like figure out how to get up the mountain. You have like a stamina bar to climb. You can climb pretty much anything, but you have a stamina bar. And if you fall down, you can injure yourself. You have a hunger meter, so you need to get coconuts and stuff like that, or find suitcases that have food in there. And yeah, you've just got to make your way up the mountain. And then every time you get to the top of the mountain, you kind of light the fire, and then it kind of like the fog disappears, and then there's another mountain behind you. You have to go again. There's like 5 levels in there, and each time the levels kind of get progressively more difficult. Like this is also it's not procedurally generated, but it's the levels reset every day. So there's a new map every single day. So it changes so it's like you can't just like say we played today and then we like okay, let's try and do that again tomorrow. The map will have changed tomorrow, so it might be a completely different layout. So you might have to rethink how you do things. But anyway, the higher up the levels, like there's a snow level where there's like an ice wind that blows you, and like it becomes so you like start to freeze. So you need to like get into like caves and crevices to just kind of hide from these winds, and then you start going again. And there's a jungle one there. It had like high winds where you just get blown off the side of cliff sides. There's also a lava one with rising and falling lava. But yeah, I want to say I beat it, but I didn't. I was up way too late doing it. I played one game of it and went, okay, yeah, that seems all right. We almost did the second level, and we said like, do you want another game? I was like, yeah, go on. I'm thinking, well, we'll be maybe 45 minutes tops. We were on it for at least another 2 hours. We got to the very last level. I would have made it. I don't know what happened. I was waiting my turn to make the jump onto this thing. Very simple, just in the queue, waiting to do stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to eat my my sausage that I cooked on the fire before we set off. Because every time you basically if you get hungry, the hunger bar eats into your stamina bar. So the hungrier you are, the smaller the stamina bar becomes. So you eat the food, and then the hunger goes away, and the stamina gets bigger again. So I was like, okay, I'll eat the hot dog now, or whatever it is. And I was eating it, and then just I didn't even look at what happened, but without me knowing, I was just kind of tumbling down into the lava. I was like, I don't know what's just happened, and then I died. Like it wasn't going to happen. And then the other 2 people I played with got out, and I was seething. I was sat here and I was sat here thinking, finish it, because I'll get the achievement for it. And you like the characters are like very cartoony, like Scouts or whatever it is. What's the American one? Girl Scouts and what's it? I don't know. But you have like a sash
Yeah,
and
I
you
don't
get
know.
you get
Boy
badges for
Scouts.
there's Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts or whatever it is. But you have like a sash and you get badges on it for doing certain things. So like you heal somebody else with a med kit, you get a healing badge, and it goes on your character's sash. And you for each level you get another badge, and doing certain things earns you the badges. And I was like, yes, okay. So and also if somebody dies in one of the levels, you get to the top of a certain mountain, there's a statue at the top. You can resurrect people from the top of the mountain. And then, like I say, you move on to the next level. So I was like, okay, great. They got to the top, resurrect me then. Nope, there wasn't a resurrection statue there. There was just a helicopter to take them off, and then they finished it. Game finished. I was like, oh. So I got the badge for basically friends finishing the game and not you. And I was angry because this was late. This is way past my bedtime. This was gone midnight when we were doing this, and I was like,
You need to be in bed by then.
Oh yeah, I'm normally in bed by 9 o'clock, so I was angry at the time. I was just like, right, it's what it is. See you later, and just turned it off and went to bed. I was just like, they didn't give me the achievement. I got 90% of the way there, and just randomly got tumbled off this bloody rock side for some reason.
Oh yeah, that
randomly.
would be annoying.
It was just annoying. I didn't even see how it happened, but it did, and I was annoyed. But yeah, Peak seems it's fun. It's a fun game. We didn't play it with proximity chat because we were just in Discord. But I imagine the fun comes with more proximity chat. It's like because you have to be in range of people to hear what they're saying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then somebody wanders off and then you just hear like a scream whiz past you and it come flying off the mountain and they fall into the death. You're like, okay. I imagine that a lot of fun comes from that. The only other thing I've played is there's a new season of Fortnite. It's out. New season of Fortnite is out. The Rock's back.
Yes.
The Rock's back in it, fighting some Ice King fella, which I'm not. There's a big.
Pleased with my son for picking the Ice guy's side because the Rock is just the worst. So
I don't know
yeah,
I don't know the difference. I think I picked the Rock side because I liked his outfit more. I was like, I don't really care. I don't. There's a big showdown and rivalry mode. I was like, I don't know what this means. There's
it's also got the Looney Tunes in it, hasn't it?
Yes, the Looney Tunes are in it now. Bugs Bunny's on the Battle Pass. Daffy Duck is in the shop along with Lola Bunny. Is it Lola Bunny? Yeah.
Yep.
So they're in it now. Not really interested in that, but there's like there used to be like a bounty system in the game where you would go to a bounty board and then you would be allocated someone else, and you would both be shown on the map. That's kind of back now with like the rivalry system, where like at the start of the game you get given a rival, and then they see you on the map and you see them, and it's pretty much the bounty system. Don't overly love it, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll just continue chipping away at that and see how the season goes. There's a new OG season out as well, so I want to check that out for next week. But yeah, other than that, that is your lot.
We will wrap things up there then, boys and girls. If you would like to pester us on the internet, you can do that at Mgukpodcast, or you can follow me at Lelujo.
And you can follow me at Sheepdog6k.
I miss Lelujo.
And down at Pab 1986.
And we'll see you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Thanks, folks.
You're welcome, Pabby.